Hello, everyone. This is Virginia with Butterfly Journey Human Services and Ministries and Doers of the Word Bible Study Fellowship. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you can find time to make time to look at this message. I just wanted to share with you and everyone who is subscribing to this channel who are seeking to draw closer to the Most High Yahweh Yahuwah, seeking to come to accept, believe, receive the Most High Almighty Heavenly Father, who is in charge and in control of everything and everyone, of why I have not been doing any biblical teachers recently in the past couple of weeks. A major family event happened, and we all have been there. We all have had major family emergencies and events that happen in our lives. We just recently had one that's nation and worldwide. Unfortunate situation happened to an individual, and now his wife is a widow with two kids, and we all have faced losing a loved one either through some illness or disease or some incident or accident or something unprepared, out of the blue surprise. And the latter describes my family in medical emergency. On the 25th of August, 2025, I received a phone call, just an ordinary phone call that came around mid morning. And I answered the telephone, and it was my husband who had a very, very serious bicycle accident. Now, he had bicycle accidents in the past. He has had very serious surgery related bicycle accidents in the past. And praise Heavenly Father, through the wonderful medical team that he had, the former past bicycle incidents helped him to recover. Uh, and thank the Heavenly Father for first responders, and thank the Heavenly Father for all the medical professionals. But this particular bicycle accident was different and more serious. So I answered the phone. It's my husband. He said he fell on the trail riding his bicycle. And so I said, send me your GPS location so I can come and find where you are, because my husband likes to ride in the on the path in the woods. And so he sent me as best as he could his GPS direction. And I pulled up on my phone and I got in my car as soon as I could and drove over to where he was. And I put my car on the side of the road near where he has fallen and put my emergency flashers on. And I used my phone to walk over to where he had fallen off his bicycle. And even in this, the Heavenly Father had positioned a gentleman there to watch over my husband. And that is an angel in human form, a gentleman, a stranger we don't even know, to stand there to watch over my husband. My husband, when I got to him, he was just bleeding everywhere, blood all over his face and his clothes and his arms and legs, his face. And so I said, honey, did you call 911? I told him on the phone when he called me to call 911. He did. He said 911 is on the phone. I said, good. So they're on their way. So I tried my best to comfort him while we was waiting on the emergency medical individuals to come and help him. And so they arrived, the EMT and the first responders came, and they backed the truck up to pick him up because he was off the path. He was not on just like a regular street or road. He was on a path, and so they had to use a pickup truck to come in to load him on the truck and then drive him up to the road where the the ambulance was there waiting to take my husband to Piedmont Henry County Hospital. What a wonderful group of EMTs and medical people, just wonderful. They took him there and they did x-rays and found out that he had many, many fractures. He had facial fractures. He has fractures to his hand. He had liver laceration. He had all these serious injuries from his bicycle falling on the pavement. He fell forward. And so Henry County Piedmont Hospital said they have to transport my husband to Grady Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia. And they did. He arrived at Grady. They took him in immediately into the trauma ICU unit area, and I met some wonderful, wonderful medical professionals there who was doing their best to help. My husband had a very serious open gash on his chin. It was a deep open cut gash when he fell forward on the pavement. And I was there when the surgeon performed stitches to sew up his chin. And then later on, they transported my husband to the 12th floor of the Grady Hospital, and he had some wonderful nurses and nurse practitioners and physical assistants, physician's assistants, physical therapy. It was it was just one of those things that no one can plan for. It was just an accident out of the blue, and a surprise accident in a sense where we just didn't know. So my husband was in Grady, and while he was there, the physical therapist came and they, tested his physical body, gave him some mental questions, and they put a belt around him and gave him a walker to try his best to walk uh, down the hall, and they noticed that his left hand was weak and was having some issues with his left hand because his right hand was fractured from the fall. So they brought him back to the bed, and my husband had IVs in both arms. That's how serious he was. And he still is. I mean, he's still got a long road to go. So when the physical therapy brought my husband back to his bed in his room, and they looked at his arm and they tested him more. And so I was there anywhere from 8 to 10 hours each day going to Grady, driving from my house to Grady and staying there and just to be supportive in his health journey. And so one day I was there and I was going down to the cafeteria to get something to eat at the Grady Hospital. And when I came back, there was about 10 people in my husband's room and they were all surrounding him. And I said, "What is going on? What has happened?" And so they said they had some kind of stroke call. They call it a particular name in the hospital when they feel someone has had a stroke. And so this is what they explained to me and my husband, that my husband had a stroke while he was there in the hospital due to his injuries that he had from falling off the bicycle. And I was told that by the medical professionals there at Grady that my husband developed a blood clot in his neck from the fall off the bicycle, and that blood clot traveled to his brain. So they did it immediately CT scan. I mean, as a matter of fact, from that day forward, while he was in Grady, they did several CT scans almost daily to make sure that he will was not having residuals from the stroke. And so, of course, we had different other medical professionals coming in. We had people cleaning his room, people who emptying his trash, people bringing him food to eat. The medical team not only is just the doctors and nurses and the PAs and the nurse practitioners, it is everyone there working together to make my husband become well. So my husband was at Grady for 11 days. I'm not going to tell you all the details of what happened there. As you know, as a primary caregiver, you know what you have to go through to take care of your loved one. So my husband was discharged from Grady after 11 days, but he was not out of the woods, and he's still not out of the woods. And so he now has to go to different medical providers to follow up for neurologists, orthopedic. He just had another CT scan of his broken, fractured right hand, and now he has to go to physical therapy. And so there's a host of other outpatient providers and medical professionals that he has to see now. And as his primary caregiver, I do all the things that primary caregivers do. They cook and clean and provide other services for their loved one as they on that health journey and drive and to loved one to doctor's appointments and things of that and take notes and things. And so I wanna just say thank you so much for your support and prayers as I'm on this journey with my husband to become health and well and whole again. Please, please pray for my husband on his health journey to become not only well in his body, but mind, soul, and spirit. I just want to take this few moments of time just to tell you that Yahweh Elohim's will, I will be coming back to teach and speak his holy words to all those ones who want to be prepared and ready for what's coming upon this planet Earth. Sometimes we have a pause in our lives through emergencies or projects, a pause in our life due to family issues and careers and other situations that happen in a person's life. But in all this, I will continue to praise and glorify and honor Heavenly Father, continue to serve, obey, and seek Him. Even in this, I will continue to trust Him and have faith in Him and love Him with all my heart, mind, soul, and strength. I love my neighbors as I love myself. Love my neighbors, I love myself. Love my neighbors as I love myself. I wanna tell you I'm very exhausted, I'm very tired, but I'm gonna ask Heavenly Father to continue to give me his supernatural miracle signs and wonder of strength and power and peace and comfort and discernment and wisdom, knowledge, understanding, intelligence on how to go and come and helping my husband recover from this serious bicycle accident where he has a lot of face fractures and body fractures and now he's taking medicines to prevent blood clots and things of that nature. So again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your prayers and support. And I pray the Heavenly Father will continue to bless you and your family as well. And my husband's first name is Philip. If you can please keep him in your prayers, I appreciate it so much. Thank you again, and may the Heavenly Father, Almighty Yahweh Yahuwah, bless you, keep you, protect you, God, direct and lead you. Thank you so much.